afternoon, probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river. We are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between our visitors and the New York Jets. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They started on the ground with Eckler. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. This defense for the Jets, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Looking to throw. Nance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets will take over.
Okay, great.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Off-play action. Nance out to his left. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Red Dragons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Benjamin. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Jets at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Throwing on first down, Benjamin. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. T.J. Watt from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel, okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Throwing on third and long. Benjamin.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on fourth down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from third and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
On fourth down, Benjamin. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Eckler now between the tackles. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Nance. And he's got his big tight end here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And some room to roam now. Touchdown! Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there, how about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Dragons 14. Jets nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch, 25-yard line. The Jets take over first and 10. They're on 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Benjamin. He's airing it out for Williams. And it'll be intercepted. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
And Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Eckler, they run left side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. It's Eckler again, and a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. See what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Nance under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Red Dragons take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch. Gain of the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
These two teams getting a couple of late-season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
A throw over the middle, taken in.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd and 2, Benjamin. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this is up and good from Pinheiro.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
At their own 13-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw on 3rd down, Nance. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 8 yards.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Nance. He's going to let it go again.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 15. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
It's 3rd and 7.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
70 Timberwolves.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Ayuk, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait until the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. The final shot before break. Nance. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken from about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. To throw on second down.
Benjamin. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk, and he's got it inside the 10. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here we go, check.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw. Benjamin. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. He's got Ayuk once again. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point, And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
At the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
19, Tiger, 19.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Looking to throw. Benjamin. Touchdown, Jets. Brandon Ayuk from 6 yards away. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Brandon.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. Running on first down, Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A handoff, it's Eckler, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them,
trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got this down to the 35. 112 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. Shoves him aside. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. On the give, this is Eckler. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down, Eckler. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Nance. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That's good for Jets. First down.
On first down, Benjamin. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return will stop right around the 25. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 141 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
It's that hate, boy. Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning.